Hey y'all, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Hawabunga, and today we're going to get into this soft glam look with a little bit of a twist. It's really inspired by like the fall colors, the orange, the browns. So I wanted to create a little latte look, I guess. It's really simple. It's like my everyday makeup routine, and I just did a little bit of eyeshadow today. So you'll just follow along, and of course all of the products will be linked below. So if you want to recreate this look or do something similar or interested in the products I'm using, it's all linked below in order. I was talking to my friend the other day, and we were just talking about like two different creators on the scene. We were talking about these two different creators and what really like separated the two. Like one had like all of the confidence, or has all of the confidence in the world, and you can see it in her content, and you can see it just the way she carries herself. It seems as though she is doing really well in her career and in her space, whereas the other one, they're very similar, content's very similar, but the other one really lacks confidence. And then this just had me just thinking about building confidence and what you can do to just build confidence, because confidence is literally a part of the game. It's a part of the journey. It's a part of what can separate you from everyone else. So the first thing I really wanted to talk about is basically doing what, I know it's going to sound a little cliche, but doing what makes you feel good no matter what anyone else has to say. Because I like to wear makeup sometimes. Like, I really sometimes don't like to wear makeup, but I'm a makeup girly. So every now and then I like to throw in some makeup. And my husband always like, why you wear makeup? You don't need makeup. I'm like, it's to enhance my beauty, babe. And he's like, you don't need your beauty enhanced. And to me, I'm like, at first I thought about it, I'm like, yeah, you're right, but at the same sense, it's just what makes me feel good. It builds my confidence. Not to say I don't have confidence before the makeup, but it's just a layer of like protection to my identity when I'm out in these streets where people have so much to say about you. For me, it helps me feel better about myself and my appearance. Sometimes, not saying I'm ugly or anything, but it just makes me feel better. And if it makes me feel better, that's all that matters. It doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. It makes me feel good. And that's something that spills over into your confidence. Being able to do something that makes you feel good about yourself, no matter what it is. If you want to go get that injections in your face to, if you want to go get that Botox, go get that Botox. If you want to add extensions to your hair, add extensions to your hair. No matter if that makes you feel good, do it. I literally had to rebuild my confidence. For me, I've always been a confident person, but people will try to basically make you humble and put you in a humble space. I remember in high school, again, I was always a confident person. So people will always say, oh, you think you all that, you walk around like you're the ish. And a lot of people didn't like me for that reason. I thought it was weird. Y'all don't like me for being who I am. I'm not going around saying I'm better than you. I'm just walking around with confidence. And that was a problem for a lot of people. And that put me in a space where I will always try to like dumb myself down. Like, I would be like, oh, like, I don't want to do that. Or, I just pulled back from being myself. And I did that for years until I realized, like, no, like, I have the confidence for a reason. Confidence is a good thing. A lot of people lack confidence, and it's not their fault. That's a characteristic trait that a lot of people want, and I have it, and I'm over here trying to suppress it. Like, make it make sense. What can I say? When people will try to dumb you down, and you will start to adapt to their dumb downness, if that's a word, I don't know. And you start to dumb yourself down. And I found that I was doing that to myself. I would be like, oh, I'm dumb. Or, oh, why did I do that? Or I would start to point out flaws in myself before anyone else did it. And I realized later on in my life, in my 30s, this is something I wish I knew sooner, to be very nice and gracious to myself and talk good to myself. Because my daughter, I have kids, so my daughter needs to see that. Before I can tell her she's beautiful, I need to be telling myself I'm beautiful too. So talking really good to yourself, and that's very important of building your confidence. If you don't like you, why would anybody else want to like you? If you're not talking good to yourself, why would anybody else talk good to yourself? So you really have to be nice to yourself, even when you feel like you've done something wrong and you feel like I should be somewhere else in life and I'm not, and that kind of will like mess with your confidence. You're that girl, so act like it. Also, if you have people in your space, in your circle, that kind of makes you feel low about yourself, literally try to like take you down a couple of notches when you're confident, or you feeling good about yourself and they make comments about you, about your appearance, about your flaws, you need to reevaluate your friendship or your relationship with this person to see if they need to be in your life, because no one in your circle should be making you feel bad about yourself. Literally taken away from your confidence. Like, it doesn't make sense. Happen even if it's family. Family would say things about your weight. They would say things about how you look. And sometimes you got to check them or remove them from your life if it's messing with your confidence. Because again, confidence is a major factor that you need in your life. And another thing, you worked hard to get to where you are, whether it's mentally, whether it's physically, if you're working out and you want to show off your body, whether you've been working on a project and you finally hit that mark, whether you've been working at buying your dream car and you finally bought your dream car, you're okay to talk your shit. It's okay to brag about that moment, because it's important to you and it's something that you worked hard for. So don't let nobody take that away from you and say, oh, you have to be humble, you have to do this, you can't talk about your achievements, you can't talk about what you're accomplished in life. No, talk your shit, sis. One time for the R&B session, yes, I was pouring my heart out. And I learned that later on in life. I mean, I always been a talk shitter, but sometimes I'll be like, oh, I shouldn't post this, or I shouldn't do that, because other people might feel bad about it. Like, it's not about other people, and you can't control what other people think about you no matter what. So you might as well just do you, you know? And the last thing I just want to touch on is that sometimes it's in your mind. No one else is thinking what you think they're thinking. I found that I would overthink things, or I start putting up a defense mechanism, if that makes sense. But it's just in your head. No one else is thinking what you think they're thinking, or if no one else is talking about you like you think they may be talking about you. It's all in your head. So you got to be very aware of your self thoughts, and again, going back to treating yourself nice, because it all matters in building your confidence. I hope this really helps. Thank you for watching. Let's comment something below that has helped you build your confidence, and ask me any questions that you need to ask as well. Make sure you subscribe to this channel, like this video, and share it with someone else that you think that may be interested in. Thank you for watching. Let's get into this final beat.